It's time for Around the Ozarks in 5, brought to you by Adventure Cave Tours. Live a day in the life of a real adventurer with Adventure Cave Tours. And the Springfield Greene County Park Board, reminding you to go play. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
And here we are on Monday. Hope your weekend was fantastic and longer. Maybe it felt longer than it actually was. That normally doesn't happen, but I hope it did for you. We're going to start with news.
A big manhunt came to a peaceful ending after 2 days on the run. After breaking out of the Phelps County jail, Jonathan Odell was taken back into custody. Multiple agencies were involved, including the FBI. He and another inmate escaped that prison Friday night. The other inmate turned himself in shortly thereafter, but Odell was on the run, eluding capture until yesterday evening. A beloved Texas County sheriff passed away. Former Sheriff Carl Watson died this weekend. He was 80 years old. He had a long line of service in the Army before serving Missouri as sheriff there in Texas County. Visitation is tonight at 5 o'clock at Houston First Baptist, and then his funeral is on Tuesday. All right, it appears that Missouri needs to slow down on the roads, especially in the Springfield area. Get this, speed-related crashes and deaths is among the highest in the country in Missouri. Missouri came in at number 4 for fatal crashes, where speed was a contributing factor, really almost double the national average by the numbers. Specifically, Troop D is also very high, which of course covers Springfield and the surrounding area. Fatal crashes are way up there. Now, as you'd imagine, they say if you're speeding, of course, you have much less reaction time. If something does go wrong in front of you, makes it harder to maneuver around unexpected occurrences on the road. So slow down and wear your seatbelt. Apparently, 65% of those killed in Missouri were not wearing a seatbelt.
Well, today is the day federal student loan payments must resume. Tens of millions of Americans got quite a break on paying them because of COVID. Now more than 40 million people will owe even more because of inflation and rising interest rates. 1 in 8 Americans is impacted by this. And overall, borrowers in America owe $1.6 trillion in student loans. That is a lot of money.
I think the most disheartening part is when you come out of college, if you did have to take out a student loan, you recognize so quickly that your first career type of a job doesn't actually pay you as much as you thought it would. Or is that only true in television?
Well,
I think it's true no matter what your major is, to be honest.
Well, we know some college kids who got out and made a lot of money, but it's certainly true of TV people. That is for sure. When I just hear that, I think, man, $1.6 trillion went to colleges and universities. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the cost of getting an education come way down, because I feel like it could. And people wouldn't have to go into debt for half their lives. And many of them don't even use the degree. So I
always think it's because colleges are so nice, because it's not like professors are making like crazy bank.
I don't know where the money goes.
Well, I'll tell you where it goes. For one, the facilities are so nice at colleges anymore.
Well, but they're insanely nice, but they also have benefactors who, alumni who donate money to their names are on buildings. So right. I'm not sure where it all goes, but we're not going to solve that this morning.
Yeah, maybe.
Springfield City Council said yes to 2 big projects, even though council members and some others would have liked to have seen more bids come in on one of them. Intersection improvements along Sunshine, Battlefield, and National are about $175,000 more than city engineers were thinking they would be and planning for. A little good news, the second project to improve the city sewer system came in lower than expected. So maybe a wash. I don't know. For now, the city's moving forward on both projects, saying to rebid them would add time and would not necessarily save them money in the long run.
All right. If you have insurance through Midwest Insurance, you're about to get a new provider. Mid-Missouri Insurance is taking over the Joplin-based company. The new owners say they're excited about Mid-Missouri Insurance expansion into the 4-state area and for what it will mean for their customers. Mid-Missouri Insurance operates in Joplin, El Dorado Springs, Stockton, Bolivar, Springfield, and the Lebanon area. All right, on Friday, a groundbreaking for a brand new ER near Mercy's Orthopedic Hospital, which the one there on Highway 65 and Evans Road. Feels like you're in Ozark. Maybe it's still a Springfield address. I don't know. But Mercy says that access to an ER in that location will improve access for critical care, especially for people who live in Ozark, Nixa, and on the south side of Springfield. Work, again, starts on Friday, should be finished in 2025.
Okay. Soccer fans know about this, but the St. Louis City Soccer Club won the inaugural I-70 Soccer Series over Sporting Kansas City this year. In St. Louis City SC's very first year in the MLS, the team took 2 of 3 over their cross-state rivals. City won this weekend by a score of 4-1. All 4 of their goals this weekend came within a 12-minute span in the second half. So it was quite a spurt. With that win, St. Louis City SC set a record for the most wins by an expansion club ever in the MLS with 17. So it has been a very, very good year for St. Louis. On the pitch, not on the baseball field. It's been a tough and rough start to the season for Missouri State football Bears. They lost over the weekend to number 10 ranked Southern Illinois, 33-20 in Carbondale to open Missouri Valley football conference play. Meanwhile, the Tigers up at the University of Missouri are off to their best start in years. They beat Vanderbilt 38-21 to open SEC play over the weekend, making that their 5th straight win. They're 5-0 on the season. Quarterback Brady Cook set the record for most pass attempts without an interception ever in the SEC and threw 395 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that's pretty impressive. They are off to a great, great start. And the Cardinals ended poorly, but, it was a rough year for the St. Louis Cardinals. But Sunday's game marked the going away of yet another Cardinals legend. Adam Wainwright suited up for his final game ever. It ended with him. It ended for him with a strikeout. Not him striking anybody out, but him striking out at the plate, which is what he wanted to do. He wanted to get a chance. He's a pitcher who likes to bat, so he asked to get another chance at the plate. He struck out, so it didn't end well. But he finished his 18-year career, all of them with the Cardinals, with 200 wins as a pitcher, and is one of the most likable Cardinals of all time. Albert Pujols, Yadier Molina, they both retired last year. Chris Carpenter retired years ago. They all returned for his send-off, and it was quite a send-off before the Cardinals game yesterday.
That is neat. Good for him. All right. We know that baseball is Ethan's preferred sport, but perhaps you are a Kansas City Chiefs football preferred sport kind of guy or gal. Don't forget that aroundtheozarks.com, you can go to our website, go to contest, and you can enter for a chance to win 2 tickets to a Chiefs game at home at Arrowhead or a signed jersey, one of the 2. So we want you to go check it out. You can guess the score. All of the entry instructions are there, aroundtheozarks.com under contest. Essentially, you're guessing the score of the next ball game. So you add up the Chiefs score, what you think it's going to be, what you think the opponent's score is going to be, and you got to get closest to the score without going over. And if you do that, then we enter you into a drawing and you can win. So that's fun. We hope that you will do it. We've had a few winners for different home games already. So lots of fun for the Chiefs fans to see live in-person ball games.
And it's super easy. It's not like you have to be a Las Vegas sports book guy or gal. You can look at recent scores and be like, okay, the score is going to be, if you total up both teams, it's going to be around this number. So then just pick a number, go with it, and see how close you get.
Yeah. It's like the people who win the bracket in the office pool for the NCAA tournament who've actually never watched a basketball game in their whole life. Like that. That was me once.
It happens.
I had no idea. Like it wasn't a year that I followed it, and then ended up doing very well in the office pool. So that was exciting for me and a bummer for everybody else who played. So, all right. Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We will see you back here tomorrow morning.
Yep. See you later.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Here's your host, Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. It is Monday morning, and it's October now. Somehow across the Ozarks, it was hot all weekend long, near 90 degrees both days. The sunshine was pretty brutal. If you spent some time outdoors, you know that. It was a sunscreen weekend across the area. And today's kind of more the same. I mean, hot, summer-like, sunny, and high temperatures are in the upper 80s again for us today. In fact, a few places may touch that 90-degree point again. Warm this morning. Temperatures are in the 60s. Once again, we have that light southwest breeze. Things start to change for us, though, this week. I really have kind of an interesting forecast for you in the next 5 days or so. Things are going to change big time across the Ozarks. I have major changes in this forecast, not only in terms of temperature, but also some rainfall in the forecast. And I know many folks are happy about that because you felt a little bit left out from the rain and storms that some of us got last weekend. So a major change to the temperature forecast today, the hottest day of my extended forecast. Sunny and hot today and again tomorrow. I think temperatures will still be in the mid 80s. A toasty start to the week. High temperatures today, about 88 for Springfield. I think a few places could touch that 90-degree point, as I mentioned. Loads of sunshine and the winds won't be too bad today, but they pick up tomorrow out ahead of our next cold front. I have 2 cold fronts for you this week. One arriving on Wednesday, the next arriving on Friday. The Wednesday round is going to bring a little bit of a cool down and some rain chances along with it. The Friday one is going to bring a major change with the temperature forecast. So here's a little preview. The radar picture will likely be full on Wednesday afternoon. I see this signal for some widespread showers. I can't rule out some showers that come along with thunder and lightning. However, I think it will be very minimal with the thunderstorm chances. These are general showers in the forecast. I mean, at times the rain may be heavy, but I think we're just talking kind of slow and steady with the rain shower activity really through most of the day, starting early on Wednesday, lasting through Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, and then those shower chances will linger over into Thursday as well. There's even a small signal that we could see some showers left around on Friday, but then that second front comes through. It clears our air out again. We see sunshine for the weekend forecast. But wow, is it going to cool us down? I mean, we are talking low 60s for highs next weekend. To put that into context here, we are starting out near 60 degrees this morning. So what it feels like out the door early this morning on Wake Up Weather, this is going to be the high temperature by the weekend. It'll be kind of a wild swing here in the next several days. So things break down like this. Today, upper 80s. I'm going 88 for Springfield. Mostly sunny today. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we add some cloud cover to the forecast. I still think high temps will be in the mid 80s on Tuesday. By Wednesday, the rain chances will limit the heating that we can do. So we'll see high temperatures back into the 70s then. Much cooler by Thursday. By Friday, we're still in the 70s. And then by the weekend, we're talking highs in the low 60s, lows in the low 40s. And I kid you not, we could see maybe some frost potential by the weekend. So that's something that going to be watching closely as that gets a little bit closer. Now, when you add up all the rain chances in the forecast this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, good little soaking rain is possible across the Ozarks. I'm thinking 1 to 2 inches as a general rule. That'll be welcome. We still have a few areas with drought conditions. Unfortunately, it's central Missouri, our northwest counties that have the driest ground, and they look to get the least amount of rainfall out of this week's system, but maybe an inch in those places still. So it's welcome at this point. And it is going to be quite a change from this hot, sunny, dry stretch that we've been seeing. Around the country, we are talking about fire conditions for the Four Corners areas today. I think some of those elevated fire conditions will move into the Ozarks starting on Tuesday. So something to keep in mind, no open burning. That would be a bad idea for Tuesday. And then out in the Atlantic, Philippe is expected to become a hurricane this week. Not a major hurricane, but probably going to make it to hurricane status. The good news is Philippe is out in open water, so not expected to make direct landfall impacts to anybody, and certainly no impact here for us in the United States, which is great news here in the heart of hurricane season. Frost freeze potential over the weekend, not just for us here in the Ozarks, but also for much of the upper Midwest. I think it's going to be that first big push of chilly fall air. So we will all stay tuned for that this weekend. It's definitely going to be feeling more like fall as we head into the next several days. All right, it is time for the Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question for you on this Monday morning. I told you last week that today was a special announcement today, and today's a fun day too because we have our special guest back. Joseph decided to join us early this morning. He is back. Good morning, Joseph.
I'm back. The redemption tour continues.
The redemption. Okay, so I've lost count. Do you know your record?
I don't know my record. I know I went on a little losing streak there for a while, but then I was back. The last couple times I've been on, I've been getting lucky. So I'm going to continue that today, I think.
All right, good deal. Well, you know the drill. I'll give you 2 questions. So this first one will be the one that I revealed to everybody on Friday. And then if you want to take your guess for the question that I'll reveal to everybody today, I won't tell you the answer, but I'll give you 2 shots. So 2 in the win column, possible again today.
Let's do it.
All right.
Lucky.
All right. So here is the question that I left everybody with late last week. Which of these statements about the harvest moon is true? Do you think it is A, that it is always the first full moon in October, B, that it is the full moon seen nearest to the autumnal equinox, or that C, it is always a supermoon?
I don't like that always language in A and C. That's kind of scary to me. There's exceptions. There are exceptions to everything, I feel like. So B, it's got some fancy language in there, but it doesn't have the word always. I feel like B is calling me. I'm feeling the answer is B.
You're going B.
I'm going B.
You're confident too.
Yes. Yeah, I feel good about that.
You're in good company because a lot of folks also chose B on the quiz question that was posted on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page. And you are all correct. It is B. The harvest moon. The harvest moon is the full moon seen nearest to the autumnal equinox. So the start of fall. When was that? It was like, it was the 23rd. That was the official start of the fall season, which is the autumnal equinox. And it's always just whatever full moon is closest to that. So sometimes it's in September, sometimes it's in October. Our full moon was actually last week on Friday, the 29th. And it just so happened to be a supermoon at the same time. So it doesn't always have to be, bigger and brighter and a little bit closer. But this time it was, but it is always the full moon closest to the start of the fall season. So B. You are correct. All right. Are you ready for your no answer question? We'll leave everybody hanging on your answer on this one.
Yes, sounds good.
This one is for you too, because ladies and gentlemen, Joseph has recently become very interested in being a barista, making coffee,
a little barista,
making some espressos. All right. So
you're the beneficiary of that.
I am the beneficiary. Yeah. So I do want to know, I don't know the formula, but let's see. I think every barista's answer will be a little bit different, but this is on average. So about how many espresso beans are required to make one espresso? And I will say, let me add a little detail here. So this is how many espresso beans, not coffee beans, espresso beans, which I guess the roast is a little bit different. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Anything can be in it. I don't know.
Okay. So how many espresso beans are required to make one? So this is like the minimum amount that you need to make one shot of espresso. So like if you're counting your beans because you're almost out, how many do you absolutely need to get one espresso? So it's like, think minimum, not like how many you would like to have, but think minimum.
Okay. And I always make double shots. So I feel like I've got to go with
That's why I like your coffee so much. I'm getting 2.
Yeah. You get a 2 for every time. I'm looking at my machine right now. I'm trying to count, but it's too far away. Man, minimum for one espresso, single shot.
Yeah.
I assume. That's tough. I feel like maybe 42.
You're going 42?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 42. I have to refill my machine quite a bit. So
okay.
It's a little higher than I would have guessed. But
so you're going B42. I'm not sure that I said the options. Okay, so the options are A22, B42, C60, and D80. Those are the options that Joseph is going with, and he is saying B42. Is that your final answer?
I guess it has to be. I'm not getting any insights from looking at a coffee machine right now. So.
Okay. And like I said, I think everybody would answer a little bit differently because I've learned from you, this is an art.
Yeah.
That really I mean, is. Like what are all the settings? You've got like your grind amount
and the coarseness.
Yeah.
There's a target pressure, all this stuff. There's so much.
So I know everyone's a little bit different, but this is like a general question on average.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going B42. You can take your guess over on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page. And I have not forgotten the special announcement. I left everybody with a cliffhanger last week, Joseph. I'm so excited about this. I've been talking about it all weekend. We now have a sponsor on Wake Up Weather, Scooter's Coffee.
Oh my gosh. And what a sponsor too.
What a sponsor. I know.
We love Scooters.
We love Scooters. And we are so excited because every single day on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, we post the quiz question over on the Around the Ozarks Facebook page. You guys are now able to guess. And every single person that guesses the correct answer that is like revealed the next day gets entered into a pool. We will randomly draw one winner every single day to get a $20 gift card to Scooter's Coffee.
That's incredible. Every day, 5 days a week?
Every single day. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. Do I get entered?
I'm so excited about it. You know, I'll have to read the fine print on if you're eligible or not. But he's going B, everybody. So if you want to go with him, if you think he's right, well, let us know. Or
join me, everyone.
Or go to
We were right about the autumnal equinox.
He's just trying to get you guys to take with him.
Yeah.
Like $20. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
You could buy 2 coffees.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So thank you, Scooters. That is awesome. I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited about the sponsorship too. So thank you for listening early this morning, everybody, on Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And thank you, Joseph, for joining early this morning for answering the Wake Up Weather trivia question.
Thanks for having me. I don't have to go too far, so...
That's good. Nice. And you're right next to your espresso machine. So I guess I'll take another double shot.
Yeah. Coming right up.
We're celebrating today.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I will chat with you again tomorrow morning.